The average wedding these days costs $25,000 and takes an entire year to plan. Well, some couples are saying they don't want that. They want something a little more impromptu. No big guest lists, no huge reception, just a ceremony in a public space like a park that may or may not be too keen on letting people do this. So my fiance Scott and I decided to check this out and see if this approach will work for us. Whether a church, synagogue, or restaurant, wedding location costs add up. The average ceremony location cost is $1,200, and the reception? Get ready to shell out $10,500. You want Disney World? They want $65,000. But why should Scott and I pay top dollar when we have Central Park in our backyard? This seems like a great place for us to get married. Look how pretty this park is.
I know, and there's ample space.
I know, tons of space. So if we only want a small gathering, we don't have to get a permit here because you can have up to 20 people in the park without that. And even if we wanted more people, it would only cost us $25 to get a permit for a park here.
Yeah, but everybody has to be okay with standing because we can't exactly cart out 20 chairs into Central Park.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I don't know if my grandma would be okay with that. Do you think people in your family would?
I don't know.
All right, maybe we should check somewhere else out. While Scott and I are cabbing it to our next Guerilla wedding location, let's talk extras. Listen, I have nothing against a fairy tale wedding gown, but we're trying to save money by going Guerilla. Why weigh yourself down with a dress that's going to make it tough to run from angry security guards? The average wedding dress will run you up to $1,200. A quick check at jcrew.com, however, found a simple dress for only $425. And the average Guerilla bride I spoke to kept their dress well under $700. Anyway, Scott and I found our way to Grand Central Terminal, quintessential New York City. And as you can see, if we got married here, we would certainly have an audience. Hi, excuse me, I have a question. Can you get married here? Like if my fiance and I wanted to get married here in Grand Central, are we allowed to? Every person we spoke with said that weddings were forbidden at Grand Central. Unlike Central Park, you can't get a permit. The best they offer is the private Vanderbilt Hall for a whopping $25,000.
The official response is that they don't allow weddings, but every cop or worker we spoke with said they've seen it happen before.
Definitely.
So I think we're going to try out one more spot.
Sounds good.
You know, we both like Van Gogh and Picasso, and it'd only be $50 for the both of us to get into the Museum of Modern Art.
That's true.
What do you think?
Well, here's what I know. The Museum of Modern Art is a holy grail of New York City Guerilla wedding locations. And if you're like Carrie and Martin Gee, you can have a 1-minute ceremony in front of Van Gogh's Starry Night. Not a bad backdrop to kickstart future marital bliss. Plus, it's only $25 per adult to get in. But be warned, MoMA claims that they will stop a wedding in progress and no videotaping is allowed. I'll admit, getting married with Jackson Pollock is a story to tell the grandkids, but I don't think I want to look over my shoulder as I say my I do's. And let's look at the numbers. Average venue savings? About $1,150 or 96%. Wedding dress? About $800 or 67%. The only real cost is the after party, and that's on us. I'll be honest, it looks like Scott and I are gonna go a little more old school, even if it means a little more cash up front. For Smart Money, I'm Alyssa Abkowitz.